All right, buckle up because what I'm about to dive into, it's wild. Absolutely wild. January 2026, and Meghan Markle is thinking she's finally got it all. Netflix show out, lifestyle brand expanding, California mansion life looking like the ultimate influencer dream. Perfect Instagram posts, perfect lighting, all the smoke and mirrors. But behind those gates, behind the cameras, something terrifying is happening, and I'm not exaggerating. Ghislaine Maxwell. Yeah, the one everyone thought was just a headline from 2019. She's sitting in a Florida prison cell, serving 20 years for her role in the Epstein scandal. And guess what? She just dropped a bomb that could absolutely shatter everything Meghan's built. And when I say bomb, I mean nuclear. According to multiple sources, Maxwell claims she has documentation, a CV, essentially a resume, from Meghan's Hollywood years. And this isn't your standard IMDb credits resume. No, this allegedly shows activities Meghan never wanted the public to know about. Now, here's where it gets even darker. Reports are swirling that British intelligence, MI5 specifically, may have had files on Meghan for years. Assessments, documentation, background checks, everything you could imagine, done before she even walked down that aisle with Harry. And they never said a word. Why? Who were they protecting? What did they know that the royal family didn't? If that doesn't make your head spin, just wait. Let's break down Maxwell's claims, because this woman is not just some random source on the internet. She ran Epstein's operation for decades. She knew everyone in elite circles, Hollywood, finance, politics. She understood how power worked behind closed doors. When she talks about networking in the early 2000s, she's talking about the yacht parties, the private events, the access to powerful people that most of us will never even dream about. That was her territory. So Maxwell allegedly has a CV linked to Meghan's pre-Suits Hollywood years. Tabloids reported in June 2025 that this document supposedly details activities in elite entertainment circles, private arrangements with wealthy men. Now, I know what you're thinking. Come on, there's no way this is real. But here's the thing, Maxwell has nothing to gain by lying. She's in prison for 20 years. Her reputation is destroyed. She's 63 years old and she might die behind bars. Why would she spin a story just to get clicks? She wouldn't. But if she has documentation, proof of Meghan's elite networking activities, her travel, the events she attended, the names of people she associated with, that's powerful. That's leverage. That's currency in the world she comes from. And then there's MI5. Here's a fact most people don't realize. Anyone marrying into the royal family gets a full vetting. Background checks, associations, potential scandals, everything. Reports from December 2025 suggest MI5 compiled a dossier on Meghan and Harry. What's in it? No one outside MI5 knows, but sources claim it had serious assessments, enough to raise concerns at the highest levels. Think about that for a second. If MI5 investigated Meghan's Hollywood years, her social connections, her interactions with elite circles, her travels, and yes, even her proximity to people in Epstein's orbit, they would have seen potential red flags. And yet the wedding went ahead. Why? Did they think it was controllable? Or did they warn the palace and get ignored? Let me walk you through the alleged bombshell. Ghislaine Maxwell supposedly has a professional CV of Meghan from roughly 2004 to 2011, those 7 years between Northwestern and Suits, the years when Meghan was supposedly struggling in Hollywood, making it on talent and hard work. The CV reportedly lists yacht parties in the Mediterranean, exclusive Monaco events, international travel she couldn't have afforded on small acting jobs, connections made, opportunities leveraged, services provided. You get the picture. Vague enough to avoid direct accusations, but clear to anyone who knows the game. Professional companionship, elite networking. That's what Maxwell allegedly has. And here's the kicker. If it's true, MI5 would have known about these connections. The palace would have had to have been briefed. Someone made the decision to move forward anyway. And let's talk about Buckingham Palace for a second. When these allegations went viral in June 2025, silence. Not a single official denial. Nothing. Nada. Why? If this were totally false, if Meghan's Hollywood story was exactly as she claimed, there would have been a statement immediately. These claims are false, thoroughly vetted, nothing to see here. But silence? That screams either fear of discovery or worse, complicity. Now, think about Harry. He left his family for Meghan, walked away from royal duties, burned bridges with William and Charles, all in the name of protecting Meghan and defending her narrative. And now, he's blindsided. Friends say he's furious, realizing parts of the story he believed may have been incomplete or inaccurate. The foundation of his relationship with Meghan could be built on a version of events that wasn't the whole truth. And the fallout? Oh, the fallout is massive. If Meghan's CV ever surfaces and checks out, Meghan's brand collapses. Netflix deals? Gone. Lifestyle brand? In jeopardy. Public opinion completely shifts. The palace either looks incompetent if MI5 missed it, or complicit if MI5 reported it and was ignored. And Harry's marriage? On the rocks. Let me give you the reality check. If Meghan had clean documentation proving her Hollywood years were exactly as she claimed, her team would have released it already. They didn't. Why? Because either the evidence doesn't exist the way it needs to, or releasing it exposes uncomfortable truths. Travel records, financials, witness statements, all the stuff Maxwell could potentially subpoena if a defamation lawsuit happened. And Maxwell is sitting in prison with nothing to lose. She'd welcome that lawsuit. It forces evidence into the public record. Maxwell's motivation is simple. She's trading information for leverage. Reduced sentence, better conditions, who knows? But one thing is clear, she wouldn't risk that if her information wasn't credible, and that should terrify Meghan. Here's where we are now. We're stuck in speculation territory. Maxwell alleges, Meghan denies through silence. MI5 remains classified. The palace stays quiet, but social media blowing up. YouTube, millions of views. People are obsessed. Eventually, concrete evidence will surface, and when it does, one of two things happens. Meghan's vindicated or her world collapses. And let's be real, Meghan's betting on the first scenario. She's hoping speculation stays speculation. She's hoping that CV never sees the light of day. But Maxwell has time, resources, and nothing to lose. And MI5? They've allegedly had their eye on this for years. The palace suspects, and Meghan's silence, that's not confidence. That's someone hoping the past stays buried. Because here's the truth, friends. You cannot outrun Ghislaine Maxwell when she has documentation, and you can't hide from British intelligence if they've been watching all along. So yeah, keep your eyes on this one. It's about to get messy. And hey, if you're as obsessed with royal scandals, elite drama, and secrets that could rock the world as I am, hit that like button, subscribe, and comment below. Let me know what you think about all this. Do you believe Maxwell? Do you think the palace is hiding something? I want to hear your theories, because trust me, there are a million of them out there. Thanks for sticking with me through this. I know it's a lot, but someone's got to break it down. We'll see where this goes, and I promise I'll be right here when it blows wide open.